We have gone home across the mountains.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope y'all are doing well this evening. We are back with more Final Fantasy XIV on Twitch. We're doing more Shadowbringers story. So let's see here. Here's where we left off last time. They have asked that hey Hext or DJ, how are you doing? I forget. Do you prefer DJ or do you prefer Hext? I have a mind like a fucking sieve. Oh. But all right, we're going to let's do more story here. The Exarch is eager to delve into the details of his proposal. Hex is good, right? Okay. I could never remember. I have a hard enough time remembering my own name most days.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed.
Try that with will
But
succeed.
as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary.
I guess.
"'Twas not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand.
So it's time to give all the NPCs a try.
Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you."
I wonder if he can feel anything through the crystal hand. Because like half his body is crystal. At least half his body is crystal.
My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war.
Sounds like it's time to kick his ass.
Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years.
I mean, it was very pretty.
Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
I say we nuke the bastards from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
I mean, if you're sure you want to do that.
Oh, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
Let's do it then.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
He sounds just a little high.
Much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
You?
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
And you're sure you don't want me to do this?
Here, here.
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
I know that voice actress from somewhere, but I don't remember where.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
Is it crime, really? If you're trying to save the world? Again, we nuke them from orbit.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
And what do they expect us to do?
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit?
There we go.
Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
No, you draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
She is cute, Bun. He's very cute, Bun. I have yet to see an ugly Viera. Dun, 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 dun. So you'll be joining the guard. But however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, and it certainly. Now, first things first. You will need uniforms. Go to the Crystalline Mean and report to Catelys. She will see you measured and fitted. Wait. Up there. There we go. Damn, blood pressure changes every time I cough. It makes me feel like I'm about to pass out. There's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way, we'll see that you look your dashing best for your first outing. I don't look changed. Oh, they just measured me. Okay. Let's see. How goes it? How goes it? Sorry, Captain. I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's ready fit. But we do have some that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it, and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. I shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amaro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided whenever possible. I assume we're part of said unit. Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying from Fort Job, the other from the Austral Imperative. You and Alphino will join me in the former. Arasada, meanwhile, will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chesamil at Spragius. She will issue you a serum to ward off the effects of dream powder. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend. We'll see you in the field. It is quite far to the Imperative. If you make use of an Amaro from the Rookery, after you've collected the serum, I'm completely fudged that line. Damn. I'm reading too fast. Alright. Where's what we go next? Oh, the Rookery. Look, it's the moon. I haven't seen the moon in over 100 years either. I personally think I look dashing enough. I don't see why I need to change it to some uniform. Spagyrix? Yes, sweetie. Is there something you need? Oh, one of the guard come for your dram, are you? Here you go, a dose that will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's bitter as sin. Prince's kiss, they call it, but if you ask me, it should be Crone's kiss. Jest aside, this stuff is really foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow. But if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Ugh. Ugh. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have a care you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. Bleh. Okay, so yeah, this one's right back out to the rookery. Sorry. Are y'all hearing the game okay? I'm not coming over too loud. So I'm getting pings from Discord. Okay. There we go. Yes, what do you require of me? An Amaro to take you to the Imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I feel you'll have to go by foot. But wait, there might be another way, assuming you're willing to lend a hand. Of course I am. Oh, is that a good thing or a bad thing, Rosie? He's a hell of a lot more alert. That's good. Ooh, I'm gonna get an Aether Current out of this. Jimai. Hey, Crash, how are you? Ah, I see what it is, Rosie.
Da 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 da. I'm about to drop the hammer and dispense some indiscriminate justice.
I was about to deliver an Amaro to Rascals Round, one of the locations whence the beasts fly for the operation. The tower lies on the route to the Imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, you may make the delivery in my stead. Very good. I shall take the Amaro for departure at once. Amy, thank you very much for that, host. Thank you, thank you. Heyo. Oh. For some reason it called my y'all. I remember them, but I don't remember how they said thank you. Radisca's Round is the northwest. You can take the road or you can fly. It's up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry, and she'll give you further instructions. If you should come separated from the Amaro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That's all. Go well. Yay! Oh my god, they're four-winged! I want one! I want one so much! Well, they're about to be brought like the hammer down on these assholes, I'll tell you that much. You have to be Omni 80. Now, when you say Omni 80, does that mean you must also have 80 with the crafting levels as well? Because that's going to take me for fucking ever. All war and magic. Okay, that I can deal with. That just means I have to level... Fuck, that means I have to level a healer. Or I have to level all 3 healing classes. Oh, you're delivering that Amaro to us. I'm afraid there's been a change of plans. We already have all the beasts we require here. Instead, this one's to go to the Imperative to the west. Please see the handler on duty, Silges Venathu. If you encounter any trouble along the path, return here and I'll set you rightwise. Roger that. I did explore all this earlier. Alright. I need a reminder when I get off stream. I need to make a speak event for Hexed. Oh, shit. I overflew it. Or did I? I just missed it. And probably for Amy as well. Ah, the last Amaro. My thanks, friend. You may leave the rest. You may leave the beast with me. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Ah, so that's the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive, and that's all that matters to the end. In the end, I bid you welcome to Ostal Imperative, one of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her in the lookout across the way. I no can fly yet. Not gonna lie, this area looks a lot like some WoW stuff that I've gone through. Oh, I need to actually, like... Forgot to eat my eggs. So it seems that rather than the Amuro delivering you, you delivered the Amuro. I'll not thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. Deep gold weapon coffer. Hang on, let me check that. Not social. Travel. Aether currents. So I still have 3 more quests and a whole bunch of ones just to find. With the operation fast approaching, Lena means to put you to work. In the readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking it, we have sprinkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them. A task I'm sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro launch and see to the 4 of the beasts. Dismissed. Dragon. Oh, I didn't see this one earlier. Damn it all, we can ill afford to lose another. Ho there, friend. Might you lend me your aid? One of my best men has yet to return from his patrol, and I fear the worst. As you can see, his Amaro made it back safely, but my man's nowhere to be found. Could you search for him in my stead? I would go myself, but I can't very well abandon my post. Quee, quee! Bloody beast! Where do you think you're... Too late, I suppose. But wait, do you reckon he's gone back for his rider? Sorry to trouble you, friend, but do you think you could follow the Amaro for us? The scaly brute might be the best chance of finding our man. And take this solve with you. I reckon there's a good chance he's out there, too wounded, and may have made his way back. Na-na-na-na. Oh, what do we do at new places? We pick up the Aetheryte, which I've already done. And we get the Porter, which I already did. Last night, after our stream was over, I did some side questing. I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up these other blue quests over here. Oh, shit, I ran right past it because I was looking at my chat window. Shaunard could use a helping hand doing some much-needed repairs. Ho there, if you're not otherwise occupied for the moment, how about lending me a hand or two? I've got me on repair duty, and with the sorry shape this place is in, it's definitely not a one-man job. It's a simple enough task. Just take this here pail of mortar, find a couple of spots on the walls that are looking ragged, and apply a healthy dab. Thanks, friend. What with our ranks thinned as they are, we need all the help we can get. Na 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 na. Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing that. I don't go in. I think it's cool. Obviously, I'm going to get tired of it after a while, but I think it's really fucking cool. It is very good music. Hey, there's an eighth current. Alright, so we got those. Fishing around in my bag looks suspiciously like I'm scratching my butt. There it is. Okay. That was an almost. Where's the... Oh, it's over there. So how's everyone else doing this evening? I'm surviving as best I can right now. We're having issues with our AC at the house. So I've got, like, my ceiling fan on, I've got a fan over my PC, and I've got a box fan, like, pointed directly at me right now. Saw you hard at work out there, friend. I'll rest easy tonight knowing that some of the ugliest patches of our walls are looking as good as new. Are you familiar with the history of the Imperative, perchance? It was built nigh on a century ago, by the elves who ruled Lakeland in those days. After the flood, it served as one of our bastions of defense against the Sin Eaters. Yes, this fort's taken its fair share of beatings, but it stands tall to this day, watching over and protecting Crystarium and its people. It's our job to keep it standing. Material and manpower shortages be damned. Of course, we reckon it could do with the generous efforts of volunteers like you. I reckon you have a real talent for repairs. Maybe I can interest you in joining the guard as a full-time well mender. I jest, of course. I've already taken enough of your time. Thank you, friend, and be careful out there. Okay, how many are we at now? 8th occurrence. Oh, we just need 2 more to get all the ones for the quest, and then everything else is just going to be go out and find them. Fidget blanket? What is a fidget blanket? Hold it right there, Greenhorn. You thought you could just stroll right past your senior without asking how you might aid me in my duties? You've another think coming. Just so happens that I have a task for you to perform. This is a supply order that must be delivered to the mines at Rascal's Round. You are to take it to him, and do so with all speed. Alright. All speed calls for Wolf. I've never heard of it. Oh, okay. Here's the Amaro. The Amaro stares intently in the general direction of Damsel. Gwee, gwee! Alright. Nightmare away! Everything is so purple. The Amaro eyes the wounded soldier with a gaze that can almost be described as concern. This must be the sentry who was separated from his mount. Gwee, gwee! The Amaro eyes you with an expectant gaze. You sense it's hoping that you can tend to the man's wounds. Let me sprinkle sparkles over you. Thank you, friend. When this beast knocked me from my mount, I thought it would be the end of me for sure. But, however, did you know where to look? It told me. No, that's my mount. Quah! My mount led you to me. You don't say. I owe you an apology, little fellow. Here I thought you ran off in fear of my foe, but it turns out you were looking for help the whole time. Can you forgive me for doubting you? Whee! And with that, I'd best head back to the Imperative and let everyone know I'm all right. Thank you, my friend. You saved my life today. See, my chocobo is named Quetzalcoatl. Lizard. Considering we're in what is basically a mirror universe, we're gonna find a version of me walking around with like a mustache and beard. Or like, okay, so I'm this tall Aura. We're gonna find an Arasate Shiku who's like this short white mage Lalafell. Or dwarf, as they're called in this setting. Oh, there's another Aether Current. He spawned down there, so he's running up here to try and catch me. Nope. Is he inside? Maybe he's up further. Okay. There he is. Well met, traveler. What brings you to our outpost this day? Supply order, sir. A supply order from Tiana of the Ostal Imperative. But why, pray tell, are you delivering this, and not one of our own men? That's what I'd like to know. Mistaken for a new recruit, you say? You really should make a point to clarify the situation next time. Not that I don't appreciate your service, of course, but Tiana has a reputation for running roughshod over anyone she can. While I am loath to impose upon you further, if you will be returning to the Imperative regardless, I was hoping you might trouble you to deliver the supplies Tiana has requested. I'm afraid the recent Sin Eater attacks have left us rather short-handed. It will take just a short while to prepare the materials for delivery. I invite you to make yourself comfortable while you wait. Not that there's much in the way of entertainment. It is a military outpost, after all. Perhaps you could converse with the soldiers. Be sure to raise their spirits. You might just glean some useful information out of them. Oh, there's a lookout spot up here. Got that XP. Tasty XP. Hail there, friend. Say, have you ever wondered how Radiska's Round got its name? Wait, don't answer that. I have a mind to tell you anyway. Ha! Radiska is a guardsman in the early days, one of our best and bravest, as the records tell. They say he gave his life holding off a horde of sin eaters just long enough for a group of refugees to free to safely. Hey, Cody, how are you? The body of this hero was discovered right here in this tower, and ever since then it's claimed it's been named in his honor. Makes a man proud to serve, I say. Woof. We're mostly just doing these side quests so we can get the Aether Currents. Normally just be running through doing the story missions. Lucicide. Hello there, stranger. We don't get many travelers in these parts. What do you think of the Round? She's an odd one as forts go, wouldn't you say? Truth is, what you see today is actually the ruins of a larger structure built over a century ago. We took over after what was left and converted it into a lookout tower of sorts to serve us in our struggle against the Sin Eaters. Seeing as how it stands as a major fork in the high road, the location's rather ideal, you see. We can see threats coming from miles away and send out patrons to deal with them before they get too close. Of course, it gets kind of lonely all the way out here, but what can you do? Had a rough past week? Oh, that sucks. Yeah, things are just getting rougher on everyone as far as I've heard. Straight. Traveler, huh? You're an odd one to pick a place for a leisurely excursion. Me, I think I can think of 100 places I'd rather be. But since you're kind enough to grace us with your company, why don't I tell you a bit about this place? Radiska's Round was built on the ruins of an old belfry. In more peaceful days, its clarion call would ring out through Lakeland to announce the time of day. Since the flood, however, the bell serves a purpose far more grim, to warn the residents of Lakeland of Sin Eater attacks. Oh, would that the day return that its ring brings only joy and not fear. You can hear all the wind blowing. That, or I'm missing another aether current. There you are, friend. Did my men have anything of interest to say? In any event, I hope your stay here was not overly tiresome. Pleased to inform you that the materials have been packed up and you are ready for delivery. For that, though, please allow me to compensate you for your service. So I think we just have this one that we need to do left. And we'll have all of the quest Aether Currents. You know what we can do? Because we have the Aetherite. 3 levels to 50. Nice. Scholar Summoner. Then I can put on my raid gear. There you are. I was hoping you'd return so I could properly express my gratitude. You'll be happy to know, as I would, that my man was safely returned to the Imperative. Those Amuro can be stubborn brutes at times, but times like this make a man appreciate what loyal companions they truly are. I'd say this one earned himself some extra feed for dinner today. Yep, I just need to find, let's see, 6 more Aether Currents, and I'll be able to fly in Lakeland. tuna and thinly sliced beef. Because she is a good kitty. Quee, quee, quee! The Amuro happily devours the fodder. Right? I remember you telling me about that. Indolent tomorrow. Gwee? Gwee. The Amaro absent-mindedly munches on the fodder. Gwee, 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 gwee. The Amaro is wary at first, but appetite eventually wins out and accepts the fodder. Gwee? Krr. The Amaro reels at the smell, but accepts the fodder nonetheless. Alright. You gonna give me the goddamn uniform now? The Amaro are fed. All done. Good. The rest have already been dosed, so we need not fear for our mounts succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of preparations. The time is nigh. Make ready and await deployment atop the main watchtower. I'll send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. That is all. May night smile upon us. Which one? The equitable? Oh, wait. I'm gonna have to go up. I can't use that on horseback. Or dragonback, as the case may be. I go way up high here. Oh, there's a lookout spot. We are almost level 76. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. During the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will not be affected. Alright, if I must sink down, then I will. At least it's only to 72 and not to 70. I think that still means I have Edge of Shadow. Man, even their armor is ostentatious.
keep moving.
It is very purple.
What now?
I like that they have 4 wings. I think that looks cool.
Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
This just in, Crystarium uses biological weapons.
Sound the alarm!
They don't say alarm, they say alarum. How do I look? You ready, Captain?
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle.
You feel these eyes? I don't know. I really like Lena's purple eyes. Like, they look beautiful. Aren't Tibb's eyes lavender like that? No, Lahiri's eyes are lavender. Okay. That's right. Tibbs is like ice blue. Find your way to Filia. The first contingent has entered. Let's follow. Here's Alphino.
For the Crystarium!
My men will occupy the enemy while we rescue the Oracle. Alright, let's do it. We keep close to the wall. I like that half of them are snoring. There's Alize.
On guard!
Well, if they just laid down and gone to sleep. Gotcha. We do not have time. Leave them to the guard. Yulmore may boast the world's largest army, but woman for woman, we are no less mighty. That was... Got it. Crystarium scum! This is no token force. They're serious about invading.
Let's give them a show.
If you can stand, you can fight. Push them back. There we go. We don't seem to be getting anywhere. Arasada, Lena, go ahead. We'll hold him here. Understood with me, Arasada. There we go. This way is relatively clear. Good. We go up. We go up. Be a tank. There she is. Quick, free her. She's so short. Are you from the Crystarium? Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons, made to the same specifications as Thancred. Be ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way. She's like the same size as Alize. She's tiny. Let's rejoin the others and quit this place. She coming? Save your apologies until after we've escaped. It's quiet. Too quiet. Is that Ranjit? This will not end well. He's got a pet dragon. Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. You will return to Yulmore. What am I doing? It is for your protection. He doesn't seem to pay attention to aggro. I'm fine, I just can't move. Stay here while I tend to these vermin. I'm dangerously gonna assume he's gonna pull out a, like, cannot sustain this onslaught forever. Run! He's about to drop Alphino. Now it's just you and me, dickhole. You are made of sterner stuff than the rest. Oh shit, that hurt. I'm gonna dangerously assume this is a supposed to lose fight. Gutsmas, do my bidding. Ooh. My arm's length is out. Ouch.
Why do you persist in this folly?
Just to piss you off. Oh, those are gonna blow up first. Damn, I'm not doing any damage to this guy. You're getting predictable. I have your measure now. The game is up.
It's over.
God damn it. Know your folly. Like that he's still taking damage. That was literally like unmovable object meets unstoppable force. The game had to have stepped in, or else I would not have walked. It would have been a battle of attrition.
You, boy. You bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore.
Hey! Guess who's back with a new outfit?
Thancred?
Everybody's favorite husbando.
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us.
And what if I am?
What?
So he's a monk. I should have gone monk.
Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
And you are.
Break!
This has the feeling of a heist film.
Fool! You would see your city razed.
No, but I'd see yours raised.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
Oh, he broke his toy.
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulmore dare not bear its steel. Ilmeg, the Fairy Kingdom.
And here's...
To think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds.
Mountain of Indolence. That is one way to describe him.
Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry.
Fucking Asians.
But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
I don't know, because I kind of want to beat the shit out of you, Emmett. Suddenly we're underwater?
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that
You
time,
can hear the rumble of light
these
here.
lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
Ilmeg. So it's the dreaming.
We should be safe enough here.
Thancred boy, how the hell are you?
It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way.
Convivial.
What brought you to Laxon Loft?
It's trying to rescue Minfilia, obviously.
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Ulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions.
Which ones were
Should the
those?
situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now. Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim.
Well, we've all been quite busy.
Happily, having trespassed on Urianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here.
Why does she look so sad?
Sooner or later, the Ulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. First, rendezvous with Urianger. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
I can guarantee at least one of those things.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them.
I mean...
But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore.
Thancred, calm the fuck down.
And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Wait, do all the fairies have Scottish accents?
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now, put away that frown and have some fun with us.
Oh, all these goddamn pixies.
Yes, let's have some fun. Lots and lots of
Which way was it to Urianger's?
We've been there so many times, but I'm not... I can't... Ugh, why can't I remember?
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
So I'm assuming this is where the elves from this world come from. Also known as the Elizin, from where we are from. Ilmeg is the fairy kingdom, and as one might expect, it's home to the fair folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a pre-chant for making mischief. They use powerful illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By way of example, they can make a familiar path seem wholly unfamiliar, or lead you to believe you're somewhere you're not. And we are now, I'm sorry to say, entirely at their mercy. So close to 76. Thancred is trying to think his way out of the present predicament. As it stands, we cannot hope to find a way to Urianger. For that, we must convince the pixies to lift the spell. From what I could make of the voices, the creatures want to play with us. If that is the case, they should permit us to find their village, Lidha-Laran. Come, I have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly to their midst. Oh, and I should mention that Filia has been informed of our situation, of the different worlds and our mission. You may consider her an ally. Dun, dun, na, 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 na. Flower basket, alright? It's a walking flower basket. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. Just add a little bit more of a gold hue to, like, the ambient air, and this is kind of how I imagine the dreaming looks like in Changeling. Complete with, like, not being able to see more than a few yards ahead, because the dreaming just kind of makes it as you go. Alright, so before we continue, we've been going about an hour and 15 minutes at this point. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break. About 5 to 10 minutes, refill my drink, hit the restroom. If you have been watching me since we started, I highly suggest you do the same. I will be back, like I said, in about 5 or 10 minutes. Until then, I'm going to put on some of our amazing background music here. So y'all don't go anywhere. You search the shrub, but find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly, a voice rings out. Gee, greetings, mortal. What is your name? Oh, you don't have a name? How very, very sad. I could have had so much fun with it. Hee hee hee. Fucking fairies. You search the shrub, but find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly, a voice rings out. What is it you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. Such a rude child, and too clever by half. I shall seek my fun elsewhere. You better. Searching the shrub, you find what appears to be looking grass. Suddenly, a voice rings out. Oh, a visitor! Where are you from? Pray tell. Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. Ahem! What brings you here? Stone deaf. How boring. Still, picking plants in our village is good as indulging our hospitality, and who are we to turn you away? Hee hee, stay a while. Stay forever. Your body begins to feel heavy. Can't move. Too slow. I take it you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. I can assume from your presence that you managed to find us some looking grass. Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixie's veil of invisibility, and seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's gather everyone and put Urianger's little trick to good use.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
I found you. The game's over. They're like Moogles, but naked. I guess Moogles are naked too.
No, we're found. How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait, I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
Gizlala.
Look, twins! How adorable!
I mean, that's kind of Lucy's opinion.
Lay with us.
We have neither the time nor inclination to play.
That's a but.
Come to see Urianger.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in El Meg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
That must have been interesting.
Oh, that was so much fun. We must do it again.
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we? Should we? Would we?
Alright, so here's the thing. You can either lift the spell, or I can tear all your wings off individually and leave you here.
So we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition. that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urionche, Pixie's honor.
What kind of honor do pixies have?
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
That's just what they want us to do. All right, goddamn pixies. Saloon aches for your attention. Oh, look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Little Ran is our beloved village, and we want it always looking lovely. And it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than Everblooms. So here are some Everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around the village. Simple as a dimple, yes? Why does that not sound simple? Such epic quest accepted music for go plant flowers. Mortal, mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? Where are the leaf men you see standing around our village? Adorable, aren't they? Now, you need to go to Long Mirror Lake to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have good drenching. Oh, but be warned, the Fwath make their home in the lake. They tend to play it rough, so have a care. Okay, that's more like it. Oh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. I will grind your fucking wings and make tea out of them. Why am I walking? Sweet Toot Pixie. Sorry, I'm getting, like, spammed by people right now. Give me 1 second, you know. Alright. Can't fly! There's the other one. Okay, I knew there has to be 3, at least 3 quests. Islala. Islala hungers for your assistance. I'm so hungry I may faint. Fruit. A little fruit will set me right. Will you go fetch some for me? Just outside the village you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they'll render up their sweet, succulent burdens. Dun-na-na-na-na-na. All right, where am I? I'm right here. So I need to go over here. What is? So that's Yalas? Stupid pixie. Not meddle in the affairs of dragons. You want to do this? Huh? Didn't think so. Apparently, Arasad is feeling very combative tonight. There. Is it early or late in the afternoon? I'm gonna have to go back to see my doctor too. First, we give the tree a back rub. Well, at least it's not early in the morning. Oh, there we go again. Okay. Undyne. It's a water spirit. Wow, this is... Again, this is what I think of when I think of Changeling the Dreaming. This is what I think the Dreaming looks like. Go away! Are you seriously still following me? They're frogs. Floth Prankster. Yeah, I would think the near dreaming. Something that, like, behaves mostly at, like, mostly behaves the laws of physics. Oh, that's something on my nut list. He's a bear with a plant on his head. There we go. Oh, there's only needed one of them. Okay. Alright, so I've watered your Leafmen. You've given water to our children? Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. And you and yours would have been children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hoped. It's never too late, of course. No, thank you. You're done sowing the seeds? Thank you. This shall help Lidlan live up to its name, which means flower house, in case you weren't aware. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in a lush forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fae folk, we decided to make it our new home. The land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever and ever. No, thank you. Yay, we hit 76. Action learned, Dark Missionary. Reduces magic damage taken by self and nearby party members for 10%. Let's see, it's got a duration of 15 seconds, and it has a recast of 90 seconds. Yeah, I got that. So hungry. Did you get the fruit? Yes, here's your bell fruit. Oh, thank you ever so much. You saved me. Yes, saved me from my boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when those bugs came down. Tee-hee-hee. You've done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, it's about having fun. Poof. Dull and painful things. Hate them. Sin eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but they're no fun at all. Best you avoid them altogether, we say. Yeah, literally, that's a moment of like, you're literally using me for entertainment. Okay. Bash face in. Alright, are we done? Tancred looks just like you feel. How goes it, Arasada? So a mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yeah, that pretty much sums up my experience. They have no troubles worth of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whatever I inquire about, there's more to be done. The answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Oriolge once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, or so it is believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, their desire to have fun remains, imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon a literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the ether, and its presence is what differentiates us from being such as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the aether that compose the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm, either by the will of its owner or by means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather aether into itself to assume another form, or find a newly emerged life in which to abide. The pixies may be one such thing. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've become that which you fear most, brother dearest. However the pixies may have come into being, if we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Nay, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures. But where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? Not during my chores, perhaps. You knew a pixie from before. Not only are you acquainted, but you've entered into a pact? You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay, summon this Filia Again, if you please. With chat mode and say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter Filia Again to summon your pixie friend at the designated location. Your voice rings out in your mind. So, my sapling has finally remembered about his lovely branch. But, with such half-hearted call, he may as well lop me off and cast me aside. I have no sapling. Ugh. Please. Fail all. I need you to summon your pixie friend. Or I need you. Oh, I misspelled his name. I need to capitalize that U. Or not. There we go. Is that your idea of a fervent call? A sudden log would do more with fire. Are you really making me do this? Oh, loveliest of branches, please grant me your succor.
Late.
How am I late?
I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting.
You could have just come on your own.
But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing he is. Cold and cruel and heartless.
That look.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, punch him, Allie. Punch him in the face. Yeah!
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
Oh, that's great. Please, somebody clip that. I want to share that.
So fervently, I couldn't possibly stay angry at you.
Oh.
Well, as your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
I want to be able to share that. Okay, hang on 1 second. I'm going to add. Oh shit! That just did a 30-second clip. Okay, I don't know if that worked. I will try to clip that after stream. Just somebody remind me.
It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself.
Oh my.
Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Whew, someone is jealous.
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone.
Mine.
And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village.
You what?
There'll be cold, hard
Oh.
metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, lamentable things. How would you like that?
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
We'll reveal the hidden furniture to you at once.
They like the most annoying aspects of the Mughals combined with the Sylphs. Oh, wow. That is much more vibrant. Yeah, this is definitely the dreaming.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Oh, did you get it? Okay.
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
Okay, I'm sorry. For Alphino and Alize's sakes, let's be quick. It would be a shame only to return to find that they've been made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is in the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar. The Bookman's Shelves, it's called, after the fellow's vast collection of tomes. An agreeable habit at our friend, I'm sure. An agreeable habitat for our friend, I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should find the place. Come along. I'm just sitting here and thinking like, we're gonna come back and find that Alphino and Alize have been like forced to gladiatorially fight to the death. Look at that. Just so much color. In the words of Leela. Oh, what did your tank do? In the words of Leela from Futurama, I guess the words "tone it down" don't exist on this planet. assuming this is it. And here we are at long last. I give you Urianger's humble abode. Come, let's see if he's home. Is he baby tank?
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
Has everybody got a new class except me?
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
You've gone grey.
Run along, Filia. We will meet you outside.
Shouldn't we include her?
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Everyone except Ishtola.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore.
Did you know it was going to come down to a war with
Hark thee then
Yulmore?
to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful Ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time.
So they were winning.
Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed, for spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order
for some
no
reason it's my
more.
adventurer's outfit.
For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency.
Thoughts?
Come.
That was quick. He moved fast.
Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
Looks like different elements. It's a chart of the elements.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition.
Lightning, ice.
Astral, the active. Umbral, the passive.
Okay.
As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral.
Light and shadow.
Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings.
So the Black Rose is the distillation of the light here.
Even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light.
Stasis.
We would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity.
People would stop.
Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Filia Again. the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid.
Again.
Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
All right. Ouyange fixes you with his gaze. My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? Did you take up astrology? Indeed, though the night be lost, behind the shroud of blinding light, doubt not that the stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that I might navigate the seas of certain uncertainty that stretcheth before us. For a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me an adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself. Let us now speak of our task. As I did mention, if we are to enter Legaia, we must needs gain the pixies' cooperation. It is a simple matter of presenting them with a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Thancred, pray assist me in this endeavor. Meanwhile, Arasada, I bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts there abideth a vilekin known as the Beauteous Wings, the Hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle with which thou mayest capture a weakened specimen. Alright. Exuberant Pixie. Alright, so before we continue, we're going to take another break. White hair's hot. What can I say? We're gonna take another quick break, about 5 or 10 minutes or so. I will be back shortly. I'm gonna go ahead and turn our music back on here. And I will see y'all in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, and we're back. Sorry. That took a little longer than I intended. Mostly you're dealing with coordinating, trying to, we're trying to get our AC fixed because our AC is currently, it's not broken like not blowing, it is like not responding to the thermostat and is blowing like not as much as it could. Like it feels like it's worn out basically. The other part of it is I'm trying to coordinate with my dad for going to the doctor tomorrow to update my work, so I can get a note basically to update my work as to how I'm feeling and how things need to go. The issue there is, again, running out of money, and it's like sometimes I've had to daycare be only like at my doctor's office be like in and out 30 minutes at most, maybe an hour, and then I've had days where I've been there for 4 hours. So not to crush the vibe, but that's kind of how things are right now. Did that work? Apparently it didn't. There we go. Thou art returned. Wert thou able to capture a hawker? A truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make them fast their vibrant colors. Thancred should return to Thancred too should return anon, upon which we shall be ready with the items for the presentation. Pray, take thine ease meanwhile.
"'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget.
What's up? Ah, aetheryte.
White auracite.
A white auracite,
newly
excuse me.
forged for thy use.
Just in case.
Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary. Our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
Hoping that we only roll into one of them.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
God, Thancred, stop being a dick.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you.
Fucking stern dad.
I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me. Which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but On account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Make sure to pick a book for the trip.
May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to him of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
What happened?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Bounces a book off his head. Our Minfilia. Echo.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path.
But this isn't even our world. It is very pretty.
When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
God, they really want to, like, twist that knife, right? They promise you Minfilia, and then they fucking just take it away again. And now serious thinker, right?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
How do you want this to end? Oh, that's what it does. It holds all their cards. I'm like, it's... Why do they have an empty sword scabbard? Oh, it holds all the cards for them.
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
Why not Ardbert? He's right here. He's not, but...
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
So is it just me, or do the cutscenes feel a little, like, longer and heavier in Shadowbringers? Or am I just, like, I got used to not doing story for so long that, like... It's like I got used to doing Stormbringers content, which to me, like, the Storm... well, yeah, more voice acted. But, like, I got used to doing the patch content for Stormbringers. So, for me, it was very much a, like... That was, like, seemed to be a lot simpler. It's just, I got used to that, and now going back to, like, story that's in an actual... that's in the actual main story just feels kind of... I'm trying to figure out the best way to phrase it, like... Seems heavier than it did before. Does that make sense? I don't know. We did take a month off from Final Fantasy to play Star Wars stuff, so it could be that I'm still getting used to that. Because I was still playing Final Fantasy, I just wasn't doing story content. I was, like, leveling and grinding and doing side stuff. We weren't expecting all you back so soon. We had scarcely begun playing with the twins. That said, your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits won't last a day. The wings are the loveliest I've ever seen. You've done us a great kindness, and it's Fey custom to return the gesture. If you desire anything of us, you need but name it. Key to the castle. Never accept food from the Fae. So what is it you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps? We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry into Leagahai. What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if it's what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak to the others. You've clearly been busy, Urianger. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed? You see, here's everything. Blah. So that was the purpose of the gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Aye, my lady. By circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler. Is our king and ruler Titania. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it and won. But all the horrible light that came out and went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Now they're king in name, only in name, not remains of the wise, just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them away. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove into a different relic to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been our safekeeping for years and years, but we decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. Though you're almost certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seals unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fulath, the stone scepter is with the Numo, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all. It's always something, huh? The facts thus disclosed confirmed mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us hie to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fuath. If we recall them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. Dun dun na 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 na. Time for the dungeon with pretty weapons? Well, we haven't unlocked it yet. First we have to unlock the dungeon, and then we can run it. I'm dangerously assuming that that when you say dungeon with pretty weapons, you are meaning the one where we fight Titania, not the one where we, not any ones that we're about to do. Up this one. Oh, okay. Because I know you've said in the past that you really like the Titania chakrams. So hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I saw. I will look at that here in a second. But the foul with our water spirits. Perhaps we should take our search. Missed that. Oh, I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. 'Cause Alphino can't swim. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. I can breathe underwater. What about you, Urianger? I'm not sure I've ever asked. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Urianger. That should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, that I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Well, well, aren't we a lovely lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals, what a treat. Aye, my comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course you may have it. You shall have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? Oh ho ho, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us at all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us, for we Fuath, it's over before it's begun. And we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame to not make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate, and come hither into our domain, Dom Meheg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds foreboding, doesn't it? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought in ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through, give us thrilling sport, and we will give you your crown. Alright, so who do we want to take with us? We can't take Thancred. We shouldn't take Thancred because we already have one tank. So I'm gonna tank. We're gonna take Alize. Well, yeah, that's pretty much... We could leave Urianger and take Alphino, but I think this is pretty much the only thing that we can do. Well, the thing is, we already have the tank that we need, so I can't take Thancred, or I would. I might run these later with, like my red mage or something like that. Or just when I'm going through again. It is a thing? Okay. Well, when I pick up another DPS class. Alright, if Great King Mog shows up, I'm gonna be angry. Because this is certainly not what I was expecting. This is very Alice in Wonderland. Alright, let's do this. Yet the dangers of this dream are not real. Do not be distracted by this, by this. Water is love, water is life. Drink up, ye parched souls. Ah, they look like floating marbles.
Yet come.
Cannot escape the Morbles. That's okay. I'm not playing DPS, so I really don't care unless we're going through Alexander, in which case I would care. Little Squishy, thank you for that resub. Been resub for subscribed for 5 months. All right, there's one left. Gotcha. How are you doing, Squishy?
My ding ding dong.
All right, so I'm assuming we're gonna keep going this way. Okay, that's kind of pretty. This is very Alice in Wonderland-y. Just because you're overheating, you've been sleeping a lot. Yeah, we're having issues with our AC here. Oh, I misclicked. Damn it. Oh well. Oh, come on. Guys, I'm gonna need you to DPS better. Making me cringe, Dutch. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this. Let's do this. Leroy! Get all of you? Or not all of you? Yeah, there we go. Drop all my AoE there. Ooh, now they're dropping their AoE. Having weird and sometimes nightmares, so sleep isn't too good. That sucks. I'm sorry, Squishy. I will not take the blame for that. Castlevania is a great series. There we go. Go ahead and top off there. Alright, first boss. Alec-Thon, Lord of the Lingering Gaze. Anic-Thon. Moving to the middle of the room. He hit me with a goddamn squeaky mallet. That... I wasn't standing on it! At least he's actually causing my... There we go. Thancred is probably not happy about the fact that I'm taking his adopted daughter into this. Oh, that was... Filia stole that one. You can't even avoid that shit. Yes, I am. Well, I'm not. I was well outside that range. There we go. Off it goes. Seems we must do more to earn this crown. Of course. It's never the first boss. Oh. Okay. Which would seem our trials do continue. Yeah, this is giving me very, like... Okay, so we're getting kind of a combination of, like, Fable meets, like... What was it? Fable meets, I want to say Alice in Wonderland. I don't know when that will be, but I can try. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped a wasp nest. How very clumsy of me. Alright, who pulled? Alize. Fucking Abyssal Drain. Ah, damn. Oh, that was a lag spike. Not the bees! Go, 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 go. That's not the way we go. So this is the way we go, okay. My apologies, but accidents do happen. Fucking frog. Alright, come on. Now it's just a slugathon. I mean, that's a lot. And Filia wouldn't stand in that. There we go. I'm about to die.
You underestimate me.
Somebody oh, they're just moving like really fucking slow with the DPS. What the? What about the zoo elephants? What? All right, next boss. Curious, yond creature doth resemble Gruel, a beast of brutal legend. They created a legend? Is that it? Well, then don't go to the fucking zoo. Damn, in Filia. It's like, no, you are not allowed at all to have any kind. Oh, don't move out of my AoE. Man, I'm getting weird lag spikes here. I don't think it's actually lag. What it is some computer programs that are pushing my CPU for some reason. Come on, we got him halfway down. Come on. $14. Probably have, what, one more boss after this? Which is the last boss? Yeah, we're not doing bad damage for a tank. If this was my, like, DPS damage, that would be bad. The beast falleth short of the legend. Imitation will only take you so far. We're getting nothing but casting and healing armor. Well then. Palace of Water, like something out of a fairy tale. Talking about walking on water. I don't know. Welcome to our humble palace. Very humble. See? Shoes of casting. That way. The crown's that way. Uh-huh. The crown, we found it. It's a trap. It's a tarp. Oh, the Undines? Of course. Fucking frogs. Oh, it's a Kelpie! He's pretty water horse.
I'll show you. You underestimate me.
He's cute. Even though we killed it. He's cute.
I'll show you.
Yeah, it seems to me my companions are face tanking a lot of this.
I shall protect you.
I will here in a second. God damn, come on. Well, it's about time we take another break, actually, which we'll probably do after this dungeon's over. Alright. Nah. How much more of this we got? Fucking frogs. At least I'm entertaining to them, apparently. DPS faster! Starting to think I should be coming through here with my DPS classes. Oh, excuse me. Well, apparently not. Oh, it's a naiad. Okay. I was thinking it looks like a monster. It looks like a ghost from the real Ghostbusters cartoon series. It really does. Alright, here we go. Don Meg. Ah, ouch. Lake Lord Enigthon. Such a dapper frog. Do not stand in cones. Okay. Not planning to. Focus target. God, I love this music. Apparently that did not count. Get him, Alize. Woo! I don't need the music saying "we fall." Come on, Filia. You can make it. I can't see anything. Oh, it's fucking Cucullin. Glad I had Blackest Night up for that. Guys, don't get puked on.
Now I've got you.
I like that he's fighting me with a violin.
I shall protect you. Oracle, give me strength.
Do it, Philly. Hit him hard. That was a well-timed. We almost got him. He's at 17%. No. No more of that. Ah. And he was like that close to dying, so I was just, no, fucking DPS him. DPS him down. No victory celebration. I think that was the King Forg. Fakane. Again, I'm getting caster gear. Excuse me, y'all. Ugh.
Well fought, well fought.
That's not creepy at all. Apparently they enjoyed the show.
Oh, you do not hold back.
But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course. There it is. The relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes.
I don't like that suspicious look.
But you, my friend, You are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
Thank you?
More? I want to see more of him.
Yes! Yes! I could watch him forever!
I've got other shit I need to do.
Yes! One of us!
He's got a tadpole tail.
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Well then. It's a good thing I don't drown.
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
Hello, Ardbert.
Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Well, I got taught by Ninja Turtles, so...
I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Fwath is do not deal with the Fwath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days.
I'm assuming it got flooded during the flood of
They were a
light.
stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
It's like Ishgard. Everyone dead in Ishgard. Man, it does this crazy off-the-wall shit, and then it punches you in the gut. Crazy, silly stuff. And then suddenly just like, hey, by the way, this is... You're basically in a post-apocalyptic world right now. I'm going back in. Nay, my lady, exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. What are you talking about? She can breathe underwater just as good as I can. There was nothing where we looked. Arasada! I'm right here. I'm fine. Remember, the Kojin taught me how to breathe underwater? Dear gods, were it not for Sorbon's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I'm glad to see you're safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuoth kept that part of the bargain, at least. Well, there are certainly twists and turns. Our work here is done with everyone none the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Saloon, is something amiss? A great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmaig, mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Rather the reverse, I fear. The Elmoran army, at a guess. Meaning we can play with them? As much as you like, but just to be sure, I'll return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphino is coming, then Alice will too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. All right, just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. Don't worry, I've done this sort of thing before. You guys remember the build-up for Titan? Oh wait, none of you were there. Indeed you have. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay. Oh wow, we are almost 77. All right, y'all. So we are at 3.5 hours right now. I think now is a good time for me to call it for tonight. We've reached a natural stopping point before we go and look for the next artifact. But I do want to thank everybody for coming in. Really do want to thank, Amy for that host earlier. I also want to thank Squishy for that resub using Prime. Thank you all very much. I love you all. Let's see who is currently streaming on Twitch right now, shall we? Give me one moment. Let's drop to FaceTime. All right. Who is currently streaming on Twitch? There's a couple people I saw who went live earlier, and I want to check and see if they're still on. Let's see. Come on, fix a game. It's got a countdown. Come on. All right. One good host deserves another, I think. So Amy hosted us earlier, so I'm going to send y'all over to her for a raid. Please drop Amy Rose a follow. She's a great streamer, really kind of getting on her feet now. Looks like they're playing Phantasmaphobia. So I'm going to send y'all over there. Drop her a follow. Tell her I sent you. Let her know how loved she is. Other than that, I will see all of you all tomorrow evening, probably. I'm not sure how late. Will probably be sometime around 8 or 9 or something like that.
No, he was already hiding in one of the closets during a hunt.
What are you doing, you stupid machine? There we go. Alright. So I love you all. I hope to see you all very soon. Have a marvelous rest of